Right, had a bit of a disaster on the Enterprise last night, so I was happily soldering the final components together. So I was trying to attach the main hull over to the two nacelles and the pylons, and tapped my wrist with the soldering iron. And as well as leaving a little mark, also dropped the model and then trod on the model. So the main pylons are now snapped in two. I've destroyed one nacelle, cracked on the main two joins, all the electronics were gone, and the main clear dome piece is completely smashed to 1,000 pieces. So I think the Enterprise has well and truly had it, unfortunately. So I've got a bit of a plan. Last summer I found myself in a similar situation. I had a leftover old onto 1400s scale Constitution class refit, which I did a bit of a kit bash on and turned it into a destroyer. So I think I might be able to do something similar with the Rebel Enterprise. So everything works fine on the saucer. It's absolutely fine. The wires are all okay and everything lines up. The one nacelle which isn't damaged is a bit scuffed and a bit cracked along the main join, but I don't think it's anything that can't be fixed and repaired. So I think I need to just double check that all the electronics work on that. But if they do, and they look like it should do, I can sort of pinch off the neck from the secondary hull of the kit and use it as a bit of a neck through to the single engine nacelle. I think the one thing that will happen though is the blue lighting I put in for the grills will only be able to show through on one side, so it'll work. It won't look as good as a full-on TOS Enterprise, but it's salvageable. I think that's the main thing. I'm going to try and do that over the next few days and have a look to see if everything works. Not sure what the name was going to be yet. Some sort of anagram of Enterprise, Constitution, or Potemkin, I think it could be. Yeah, so moral of the story is try not to burn yourself. Mistakes happen, and to see what you can do to try and repair things. So I put up a few little pictures of what happened last night, and yeah, go from there. So any feedback would be greatly appreciated. If you found anything like this happen to yourself, any not horror stories, hopefully everyone's alright and still in one piece, but if you've ever trodden on a model and broken it, I'd like to hear about it, so hopefully it's not just me. I'm sure I can't be the only one, but yeah, let me know and I'll keep you posted. So this is how the model looked before I trod on it. This is obviously the two nacelles held together on the pylons. I drilled out the engine grills here in the blue, which gave a nice blue light, and this is the first lit model I've ever built in my life, so I'm quite pleased by this one. It looked really good, everything worked well, and yeah, I was happy with it. And then this is just a bit of a loose fit, just to connect the primary secondary hull to the nacelles. It looked really impressive, but then disaster struck. So here we have what's left of the nacelles. You can see the one on the right is pretty much destroyed, but the one on the left is cracked but down the seam. But luckily the primary hull still works and all the lights are working. So this is what I had in mind to try and turn the Enterprise into. This is the destroyer that I built last year. I'll put a link to the video in the comments below, in the description below rather. But yeah, I think if I can connect the primary hull directly onto the nacelle, it'll look quite good. So see if I can play around with it over the next few days. So if this is something you'd like to subscribe to see how I keep going and progress through, click on the link below.